Dana White made two major announcements at 3 in the morning while I was in my bed, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm not getting up to make a video, I will do it in the morning. It's now the morning, and two major announcements. January the 18th, we have Merab versus Umar Nurmagomedov, and also in the main event of UFC 311 is Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan. I can't say his name. I've met the guy. I've trained with Arman Tsarukyan, and yeah, well, I haven't trained with him. I've done a bit of work, group class at Tiger Muay Thai, and I was partnered with him for 3 minutes of like kicks with combinations, and I was a little fanboy at the time. That was about in November last year, maybe July. I don't know, sometime like that. But what I will say is we're going to be talking about both these matchups today, breaking them both down. They're huge, huge announcements for both divisions. I feel like let's start off with Merab versus Umar. I've never thought I would say this. Merab Dvalishvili, I really want to win. I'm so sick and tired of these Dagestanis beating one ranked opponent and then getting a title shot. And I've seen loads of the Dagestani fans on Twitter this morning saying, oh, you know, Umar beat the most dangerous top contender in the bantamweight division. I was like, hold on, are we forgetting Aljo submitted Corey Sandhagen in 60 seconds? And are we also forgetting that Peter Yan absolutely battered him after losing one round? Like, you know, it's just the biased and the terrible narrative switches between all the different fans, and I hate it. And I think we need these Dagestanis out of the sport. I think they're ruining the sport, and I know I've got not many Dagestani fans that watch my videos, as I just can't stand the fan base, and I can't stand the style of fighting. I think it's so dull. Islam Makhachev is one of my favourite fighters to watch because he's so good and he's so fun to watch, and he mixes MMA together better than anyone in the UFC. And 1 second, I have a phone call. 1 second. Oh, for fuck's sake, this is. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I said I'm in the. I just had to be like, yeah, I'm in the middle of something. I don't want to stop the video. I'm so sorry. But anyway, look, guys. Merab needs to win this. Merab is more beatable, and he's also just has more of like a personality with the skits and stuff, and also he'll be more active. He will be more active. He's an older guy. He knows he's not got many years left. He'll be more active. He will would want to earn more money. It's just better for the division if the Dagestanis aren't part of it, in my opinion. And I think they need to stop going to these Middle Eastern countries and Russia and bringing all these wrestlers in. If we want to keep the sport alive, we can't have them at the top of each division. If they earn their way to the top, no problem, and they're undeniable, no problem. But the fact Umar will probably come in here and beat Merab and only get a shot because of his last name, I think is absolutely ridiculous. There's star power, and then there's just riding the coattails of your cousin. And Umar's barely fought anybody. What does that mean? So if Merab wins, I want to see the rematch with O'Malley. We want the sport to... I mean, I know we need big fights, but we want the sport to be huge, and Ilia Topuria versus Sean O'Malley is a massive fight. It's also more realistic to happen than Topuria versus Islam. Because if anything, Islam's going to go up to welterweight, you know? Which would be fun if we seen Islam go up and then Topuria goes up. And Merab is such a boring champion, however, it's kind of like this whole thing of we've got one boring champion, we don't want another boring champion to come in and wait another 6 months, and Merab might get another title shot, and it's not, this fight should be the one to make next. It does actually make the most sense. Umar is the one that realistically is a challenge for Merab, and he's the only one available in January. However, I mean, I just want big fights, man. But I think Umar probably gets it done. Realistically, I think Umar's better on the outside. He doesn't mind, and he'll be probably the one to hold Merab against the cage. Merab does like to jump around and buck himself around, um, which is fun. Which is fun. It makes it interesting. It makes him hard to track. O'Malley couldn't track him, but if you ask me who I think's gonna win this fight, my head says Merab. No, I don't know. It's a 50-50 fight. My head says Umar. He's just more well rounded and stronger. Merab has a very good chance though, and I wouldn't be surprised if Merab goes out there and gets it done by decision. Moving on, the main event. We got two excellent cousins in the co-main event and main event. Umar, no, not Umar. I'm off my head this morning. Islam Makhachev versus Arman Sanukian. Arman Sanukian. Oh Jesus, Sanukian. I've got Islam actually finishing him very easily. I made a TikTok this morning about it and it got a load of likes, so I think people agree. Since their first fight, Arman's fights have been very much just doing a little bit more than the opponent, creating a discrepancy and winning decisions, doing a little bit more, showing a bit more skill, landing cool things. He throws a head kick here and there, he does big actions, lands a little bit more each round. Islam has been having great fights, excellent performances, dynamic striking now he's included in his game, shot selection, and he's finishing people. You know, he's beating people, then he's finding a way to finish it, other than just, oh, I'm going to beat you a little bit. You know, I'll beat you, but not by much, you know, which is, I think, that's literally Arman's game, you know. He doesn't stand out, he doesn't make it emphatic the way Islam Makhachev did with the head kick over Volkanovski, with the second round submission over Charles Oliveira, for the Kimura in the first round over Dan Hooker, you know. These things are just incredible, and he's improving so much. The shot selection, the speed, the timing, everything is improving, and I think he goes out there, and I'm going to say it's a first round finish for Islam Makhachev. I think you know what, I think he probably maybe drops Arman. I'm going to say maybe like a right hand to the body or something, kind of sits Arman against the cage, shoots in, gets on the back, and just squeezes the body triangle and finishes him. I think he finishes him in a round, to be honest. I think the levels of growth and momentum right now, Islam's been in the spotlight, he's defended the belt 3 times now. 3 times. So, look, again, Islam's a fun Dagestani to watch. However, I'm just so salty against them because they're so... It's like MMA royalty almost, and I don't get it. I mean, most of them are inbred and they do steroids, so just wait for my video. My video next week on Khabib is going to rip all these people to bits, and I don't care if I lose fans. It's just, this needs to be said, and it's going to be said. Mark my words. But yeah, what's next for the lightweight division? I'd like to see Paddy Pimblett maybe versus a Dan Hooker. Paddy Pimblett versus Renato Moicano. The winner of that fights maybe a Max Holloway. I think that would be cool, and the winner of that gets a title shot. So maybe the start of 2026, the end of 2025, we see Holloway versus the champ, Paddy versus the champ. Because I feel like you can't just keep having rematches at the top of the division. It's the time in the sport. I mean, it's 2026. You know, McGregor's era was 10 years ago. So we need these old dogs kind of getting shoved out slowly but surely with fun up and comers. People that make you excited to watch the sport. Not like Umar. Like, I mean, this is the pinnacle of the sport. Umar Nurmagomedov, Bilal Muhammad. No. We need fun, dynamic, flashy boxers with great, effective grappling offense, and we don't have that in the sport at the moment, which is a huge worry for me. I think Renato Moicano has really come into his own, but he's 35, you know, so he's fun to watch, but he won't be around for more than probably another year till somebody chins him. Justin Gaethje's ancient, and I think he'd lose to Jalen Turner. Poirier has one more fight in him, maybe 2 if he gets a dominant win unscathed. But Jesus, we need O'Malley to get the bantamweight belt back, or Peter Yan to get the bantamweight belt back. Davison Figueiredo versus O'Malley could be next in the bantamweight division. I think that would be a fucking great fight. Or O'Malley versus Yan 2 in March, April time. Then they fight the winner of Umar versus Merab. That could be great. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts. I think there's no aura for these fights. There's absolutely no aura for Merab versus Umar. It's a fun, really competitive fight, but they both have no personality. And Islam versus Arman is just like, yeah, it's mandatory almost. Like there's no excitement for it for the casual fan. I'm excited for it, and I'm excited for the co-main event a lot. I'm really excited for I'm actually more excited for the bantamweight fight than Islam. I love watching Islam, but I would want to see him in a bigger fight. But this is almost like the mandatory defense, you know, before you get to move up. And after he wins this, that's 4 title defenses. Then you move up. So this is great. Hoping to see Duplessis back, maybe February, March, and O'Malley back in April. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe.